Shalom, it's No Limit Eddie, and millions of Tanzanians have lost their job. And the reason why is ridiculous. I am a 22-year-old American who moved to Africa 1 year ago, and on my channel I share my thoughts and experiences with the hope of helping make your transition from America to Africa as smooth as possible. If that sounds interesting to you, then subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a like on today's video because it helps the channel to grow a ton. I'm on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Next milestone is 25K, so I would appreciate it if you help me to get there. So how did millions of Tanzanians lose their job? Well, Uber has actually suspended all operations in the country of Tanzania. And Uber stopped this around, I think, 5 days ago to make the announcement. But the reason they cited was that Tanzania has some unfriendly business policies, right? So after doing a little bit more digging, it seems as if Tanzania has shifted and changed around their policies regarding like ride-sharing apps and how much they now have to pay drivers, how much they now have to pay in taxes, and the minimum fare that they are allowed to charge. And so there's been a couple of policy changes that have essentially made it difficult for Uber to operate. And so as a result, they've shut down business in the country of Tanzania. And just a side note, based off of my experience in Tanzania, the one reason I'm not there is because of how the government almost does treat you as an enemy. You know, they have very difficult to navigate visa laws, and they also change things up on the fly. So I would not be surprised, I don't find it hard to believe that Uber would say that Tanzania has enacted some unfriendly business policies and have done so in a just kind of haphazard, sudden manner that would affect their business longevity. All right, now I made this video not to talk about Uber shutting down, but rather the response from people about Uber shutting down. There's a lot of people online in the comments of the videos and things like that, and even in blog posts, you know, that are happy and celebrating the fact that Uber has shut down. A lot of these people are actually not Tanzanians, they're foreigners, you know, and they're usually people of the Pan-Africanist mindset. Oh yeah, we're gonna start our own Uber, we don't need them anyway, they're exploiting drivers and different things like that. Now, I made this video to talk about the fact that that is an absolutely idiotic standpoint to have, especially if you consider it from a business perspective, all right? Now, one thing that occurs a lot in Tanzania, right, is people, especially the locals, overcharging foreigners, okay? Now, this same Pan-Africanist people who would say, I'm so happy Uber shut down, we're going to create our own, you know, Uber and, you know, forget the white man company, things like that. The same people who would say that would justify the fact that people in Tanzania will, you know, overcharge foreigners. I've actually had a lot of people comment in my videos, you should just let them overcharge you, they need the money and things like that. It's absolutely sick when people will comment. But a big reason people will say you should allow them to scam you, you know, you should let them take more money from you than you're supposed to let them take, is because they live hand to mouth, that they make enough money for the day to eat that food for that day, okay? So the same people that would justify Tanzania stealing and overcharging from Americans will go out and say that this is a good thing that Uber shut down when this is people's main source of income. So many people have cars and bodas and bajajis and they make a killing on Uber, all right? And so that's the first thing. By shutting it down, do you think these same people who are living hand to mouth can afford to create the next Uber in 2 days? No, a lot of people are going to suffer on the backs of the Uber deciding to shut down, all right? When you understand, you know, business, okay, you need to ask yourself, okay, Uber made $17 billion, okay, in 2021, all right? Now look around your house and see how many Uber products you have, how many Uber t-shirts, how many jackets, how many scarves or you know, handkerchiefs, whatever. How many Uber products do you have in your house? None, right? And that's because you have to understand how money actually works. Money follows attention, okay? What does Uber actually sell? They sell attention. They say, hey, you have a car, I have people who want to use your car, right? For, you know, to get a ride to this location. You have a bike, a motorcycle, have somebody who want to use your bike to get to this location, X, Y, and Z. Uber sells attention, okay? Money follows attention. And so as a result, Uber has millions of people who like to get rides on the app and millions of people who can give rides on the app, and they connect the two, okay? Now, when foreigners are coming into the country of Tanzania, what app are they going to use? Uber. They already have it on their phone from when they're in the UK, when they're in the States, when they're in all these other different countries that Uber operates in, they have Uber already on their phone. So it's the most convenient app for them to hop on and, you know, get around in the country that they are visiting or even relocating to. All right, now you have to understand this. Okay, so now with that understanding that Uber sells attention, okay, there's another common lack of understanding of people who are happy about this move. People will believe in a concept of stranger danger. But the weird thing is, all money that you have in your account, all money that you have in your bank, all money that you receive comes from a stranger, right? You don't know the CEO of the company that you're working at if you're working in a company in America. You don't know every member of the staff who's working in that accounting department to give you money. Your money is coming from a stranger one way or another, right? And so you have to understand this. When these strangers are coming to a country like Tanzania, these are Tanzanians' biggest opportunities. Okay, so I'm going to interrupt this video just really quick to let you guys know that this week I'm actually hosting a free training teaching you guys how I make $2,500 per month selling products I don't see or even touch, okay? And how you can do the same thing even as a complete beginner. Everybody wants to know, Eddie, how do you make money online? Eddie, how do you do this? How do you do that? Listen, I have a free training, free webinar, which I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do this. I've already sent out a couple email blasts to my people on my email list, and so spots are actually like almost all the way filled up. There's a couple spots remaining. Well, at least at the time of recording this video, I might post the video a few days later, but hopefully there's a couple spots left that you can go ahead and jump into. Click the link in the description and register for the free training today. Because I know for me, when I was living in Tanzania for those 6 months and people that were around me, when you find a good Uber driver, you say, oh man, you're cool. You speak good English. You know how to talk well. I speak English well and converse back and forth with me. So if I need a translator, can I respond? Give me your WhatsApp. So next time I need to go to Kiriakou or I need to do this or do that, I'm gonna call you up. And they end up making more money off of the Uber app than on the Uber app. But they need Uber to connect them to these tourists, right? Uber sells attention. And so with now this whole pool of people being dried up, again, tourists come in and they leave out, come in and leave out. So Uber is what connects people, tourists to a local. That local, if they're a good, a driver, a good speaker of English, somebody who's good with knowing how to move and maneuver, will be able to connect with that tourist while they're while they're in Tanzania, and they're going to make a lot more money together, separate off of the Uber app. Hey, I need you to pick me up, do this. Hey, I need you to do this. Hey, I need to pick this up. Where can I get this? Where can I get that? And that's how a lot of the Uber drivers really get their bread. Is they find their customers and their clientele on Uber, and then they take it off the app. All right. And so with that understanding, now that whole pool has dried up, because now, an average American or an average UK citizen is not going to just walk up to a random car and say, hey, take me to this location. That's just not how things work. That's how you get kidnapped, right? And so Uber facilitated a lot of business. Uber facilitated a lot of networking for drivers. A lot of people were saying they were happy about Uber leaving on the fact that they were exploiting drivers. So let's just say they do exploit drivers. Let's say a driver does a ride, he makes 50 cents in profit after fees and tax and gas and everything like that. But he then meets a American, right? Who, like I said, is going to contact him off of the app. He makes 50 cents on an Uber ride, but now he has this man's WhatsApp. This man calls him up, say, "Hey, I need you to do this for me." That guy gives him $20, right? $20 US, which will really probably be an equivalent to giving somebody, let's say, $100 US, especially if they're local. So let's say you give that dude $20. Then you pass his number to a friend, and that friend's going to use him as well for the same service and give him another $20, right? And now he's doing good. He's doing a good service, doing a good work, and he's going to be spread around again and again and again. So what started as a 50-cent Uber ride may make him hundreds of dollars, which would be the equivalent to him thousands of dollars, right? And so that's kind of the game plan. That's kind of the understanding that I look at it from, and the perspective I look at it from is Uber shutting down is very tragic. Because a lot of the Tanzanians are now going to lose access to the networking opportunities that Uber presented them. All right. Now, Uber may, come back. It's just, I guess Tanzania has to change a couple of things, or Uber has to change a couple of things. Who knows, who really needs to do the changing, around in that country. But again, you guys got to think more long term. You can't think so short term, because when you think short term, Uber's only paying them this per ride, but what else is Uber doing for them, right? There can be no way to be exploited when everything is voluntary, right? If it's voluntary, it's very hard to be exploited, okay? And so as a result of that way of thinking, I'm very sad for the people who have lost their jobs over in Tanzania, because a lot of people do Uber and Bolt and things like that. And that definitely sucks for those guys over there. Now, again, this goes to show you that everybody needs to have multiple streams of income. And so one of the things that you need to start doing, if you haven't already, is start making money online, right? Because your job is there, but your job is not always guaranteed. And so if you look in the description of today's video, I actually have a link to a free training that I'm doing this week. If you guys want to know, like, how can you afford to move to Africa? How is it that you moved to Africa at 21? I don't understand. Like, I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm also 21, but I don't understand how you're making money and how you cash flowing and how are you sustaining yourself. The link in the description right now, I'm going to be hosting a free training this week showing you how I make $2,500 per month selling products I don't see or ever even touch, and how you can do the same thing even as a complete beginner. The training is completely free. You need to watch it, okay? You need to watch it. I don't care if you plan on staying in America. I don't care if you plan on moving to Africa. I don't care if you're already in Africa. You need to watch this training. You need to understand the mentality and the mindset that you must operate within if you want to succeed, okay? You guys got to start making money outside of a 9-to-5 job, and I want to teach you guys how to do that. Click the link in the description, enroll in or register for the free training. Again, spots are almost already filled up. I've already sent out a couple email blasts. Spots are almost filled up, but try to see if you can get yourself a spot. Try to reserve a spot. But either way, see you guys in the next one. Y'all willing. Peace.